Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm OO. Today I'd like to share a story behind a famous Chinese idiom called 孟母三迁, which means Mencius' mother moved 3 times. This story teaches that people should surround themselves with good influences, whether they are people, environments, or experiences, so that they can develop good habits. This story takes place during the Warring States period. There was a great scholar named Mencius, called Mengzi in Chinese. Famous again. An English name, a Chinese name, double names. However, when he was a child, he was actually very mischievous, giving his mother a lot of trouble and effort in raising him. At first, they lived near a cemetery. Mencius would play with the neighborhood children, imitating the dolls by kneeling, bowing, and wailing. There are some of the rituals performed at funerals, but these kids treating funerals as a game. When Mencius' mother saw this, she frowned and said, "How can a child learn poetry, books, and the proper etiquette in a place like this?" So she decided to move. But the second time they moved near a marketplace, but soon Mencius started imitating the merchants, pretending to do business, greeting customers, bargaining loudly, and speaking in a slick and unrefined manner. When Mencius' mother noticed this, she frowned again and said, "This place will only turn my child into a vulgar businessman." In ancient China, merchants didn't have a high status. Scholars and merchants often looked down on them. There was even an expression, "nasty smell of copper," used to describe merchants. Since copper coins were once used as currency, this phrase became a sarcastic way to criticize people who value money over human relationships. Okay, continue our story. So, Mencius' mother moved again very decisively. This time they moved near a school. Mencius began to follow the teachers, studying diligently, and behave with proper manners and etiquette. At this moment, Mencius' mother finally said with satisfaction, "I have finally found the right place for my son." So how do we use this idiom in daily life? You might see something like this. He is very strict about his child's education, much like Mencius' mother moving 3 times. I think this story is true reflection of many East Asian parents. Not all, but it's definitely very common in China. I remember reading a book written by an American author. It talked about mothers on the Upper East Side who put enormous effort into securing a good education for their children. The whole family would make sacrifices, buying homes in top school districts like that. In that case, I think they are actually very similar to Chinese families, right? You can understand Mencius' mother moving 3 times as an idea that people should surround themselves with good influences to develop good habits. It can also imply that parents are very strict about their children's education. A similar idiom is 物以类聚，人以群分. It means that similar themes are naturally come together and like-minded people naturally form groups, while those who are different will drift apart. Most Chinese idioms have historical origins. Over time, their meanings expand and become applicable in many different situations. You don't have to be limited to the literal meaning of an idiom. Interpreting it in your own way is part of how language and culture evolve. Well, that's the end of today's story. Thanks for watching and see you next time.